answers.
I hope not. But it's inevitable topic today, the China and U.S.
Of course.
So do you think a trade war between these two countries is inevitable?
No.
So how?
I don't think a trade war is inevitable. I think it all depends on what the US are after. And I'm not sure. Are they looking for improving the rules of international trade because they believe they need to be improved for the sake of the US interests? In which case, let's open a negotiation. China, India, Brazil, South Africa, Indonesia, EU also may have reasons to believe that the dispute settlement could work better or that the rules should be strengthened here and there. So that's plan A. Plan A is, if the US have a problem, let's discuss that problem. We all have problems, and we might then come back home in saying, we've fixed a number of issues which we had problems with. Now, that's the optimistic scenario. Then there's another one, which is that the US president wants to blow up the international trading system because he believes the law of the jungle is better, because in the jungle, big and strong animals can eat small and weak animals. In which case, those of us who do not share this view, those of us who believe that trade opening is a win-win game, is not a win-lose game, it's not about arm-twisting people, it's not about power games, it's about rules games. Those of us who believe that should make sure that the WTO system is resilient enough, including if the US wants to distance themselves from the WTO. And that, of course, has to be discussed between those who want to keep the system strong and alive.
And if it goes the bad scenario that you said, that you mentioned, so who's going to hurt the most? Who's going to be hurt?
I think, again, I don't believe in a trade war because I believe the cost of a trade war would be so big, including for the US, that there will be counter pressures in the other direction within the US economic system. I would be surprised if the US business, if Republicans in Congress would go along with a trade war. So that's my diagnosis. Again, I probably wouldn't have said the same thing 20 or 30 years ago, because at the time the cost of deglobalization, the cost of breaking these intertwined value chains was much smaller than what it is today. So the limit to deglobalization is the amount of globalization which we already have.